Good morning. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone? I'm just gathering some threads. As always, I've got a mess, an absolute mess. But yesterday, I was successful in not doing any stitching or any work for the entire day. I think David might divorce me since all day I was like, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do today? Let's get off your iPad. Come on, let's do something. And then we'd do something for a minute, walk around the house. And then he'd go sit back down and I'd be like, okay, let's do something else. What are we going to do now? So yeah. Sorry, guys. But I did it a whole day of no work. Except for the morning, because I did this in the morning. But man, it was hard. Too hard. So what we've got going today... is this little flower here. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like I've labeled it cone flower, but I think I actually drew a different flower for it. It looks kind of like an echinacea flower. I was looking at flowers this morning just to try and see what I actually drew here, because the cone flowers, they look more like the middle part is facing up and all of the leaves go down like this. So I'm not sure what this is, what flower I've actually drawn. But we'll call it a cone flower. It's fine. But what we're going to work on today is different colors for the background leaves, and then the leaves in the front will be a lighter color. So I'm going with this, I can't get my hair off of it, I'm sorry. But I'm going for this kind of it's not really dark. It's much darker in the video than it is on in real life. And then the ones in the front, I'm going to do this one. And then I've also pulled this just in case I want to do a little burst of highlight in the middle of these big fat leaves like that. So we'll see. And then the middle, I might do this in the middle as well. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just see what happens. So what I've got here is 3 strands of the darkest color, and we're going to tuck these behind all of the other leaves. So I'm going to color them in to help you. And they're these ones. They're these little half ones like this. So good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. I feel like the weekends don't really, they don't really matter because we're doing the same thing every day. I might tuck one back here too because there's not one on that side. So there we go. We've got just those couple little ones there that I'll do in the dark pink. Do you know what though? Yesterday I swept the house. David did all the dishes. I organized a little part of my desk over there, which I still have to make the curtains. I still have to fix my sewing machine and make a curtain for over there. But maybe I'll try and do another day of no work and organize my closet or something. I don't know. I just don't know what to do with myself, Just want to stitch. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. Good morning. So for these, you're just going to do straight long stitches. By now, we've done so much satin stitch. You should be a pro. And if you're not, that's okay too. Some of you, it's your very first project ever. And that's amazing. The other thing is that people were posting their pictures, their hoop progress photos in the Barmy Foxes Facebook group, and everyone was commenting on everyone else's, saying that it was so lovely and so nice, and it just really warmed my heart. It was so nice to see. It was so good. So if you feel like it, you can go and post your progress on in the Facebook group. It's the Barmy Foxes. And you will have to wait until like you're approved, because it's one of those groups that like no one else, like none of your friends on your timeline on Facebook will see anything you post in there. Only the people in the group will see. And you can tell I'm just skipping around and doing all of these because we're going to fill all of these up here anyways. So it's not going to, like, you're not going to see these dark threads or anything like that. I'm also making sure that the threads are parallel, meaning that they're never going to touch ever. They're not at an angle. They're right next to each other, straight stitches parallel. And I want these to have a point. So I'm going to have one that's much taller, and then every one after that is going to be just a little bit down. Excuse me, that was a burp. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Hi, I saw Susanna. I saw Robin was in here. I saw my mom, Robin, was in here. She never posts her stuff. She really should, though. So I've just got 3 strands. I'm just filling in the background ones with the darker color. And I've ordered hoops. Did I tell you yesterday? I can't remember. I've ordered hoops, but they won't get here until April 24th to May 4th. So if you want to reserve a kit, I think I'm down to about... Some of them I have about 15 left, and the other one, most of the other ones, I have like 7 or 8. So if you want to reserve a kit, it will ship out the week of May 4th, I think, when the hoops get here. So if you want to do that, run over and grab your kit. And I'm thinking about what we should do after this. I don't know. Hi, Carrie. And I think that Meg is in here too. Do I see her? Yeah, I'm trying to decide. I feel like another stitch along will be too soon. But before all of this happened, I wanted to do another stitch along, but make a kit to go with it. But now that I can't go and get the threads, I can't make a kit to go with it, because the place where I get my threads at, they don't have like a color thread thing, you know, like how DMC has like this color, like a color chart with numbers. They don't have that. You just have to go and see what they've got. So that's kind of a bummer. So that's what I wanted to do, again, before all this happened. But we'll see. Both Meg and Carrie work for the NHS, so I'm always happy when they come on here. I mean, I'm happy with when everyone comes on, but just do a little one more little one in here. Okay, so we've got all the dark ones in. I know I'm doing this a little bit faster today, but look at the back. But you should know the satin stitch by now, so you should know exactly how to do it. You should get a nice little feel for where to put your stitches and all that stuff, all that jazz. Now these ones are also going to be three strands. But a little tip that I have for any overlapping leaves, and that is where they go like this, yeah, is to do the one behind it first. So any of these leaves that like have this overlapping, we will jump around. These are next to each other. These ones are overlapping a little bit, and this one's overlapping. Do the one behind it first, and then these stitches here will go over, just slightly over. And it will give the illusion that they really are behind. Hi, George. How are you? Oh no. I almost dropped my needle on the floor. Just doing a knot on the back. Okay. Now, if you need to do the lines for these, of course you could. It's literally just straight down. So it just depends if you need the lines. You could also do this little trick, and that's to make your first stitch coming up and lay your thread straight. And then you can kind of see where you need to go down. There's always like tips and tricks there. Of course there's a knot. So is anyone doing anything fun today other than stitching? This is just gonna have to live there, I think, because I can't be bothered to take it out. Be out in the garden for the sun. Yes. David was like, oh, he's joking, obviously. He goes, oh, should we go to the beach? You know, to like go lay in the sun. And I was like, do you remember when that was okay? Do you remember when that was like an all right thing to do, you know? Bit sad. Not that there's a beach anywhere near us, but he was just trying to be funny. Robin says, going to talk to Grandma R to fill out the book you got us. This should be fun. Oh, goodness gracious. So I got my parents and my grandparents maybe I should have got her one, Mom. A book about like their life. So you're meant to like fill it in and talk about like your childhood and like what was your favorite toy and like what did you and your family do and what was your favorite meal, like all kinds of stuff. Like it literally goes over a bunch of random stuff that you probably never would have thought to like ask your parents, you know, like what did you do for fun? What else? Like, how did you feel, you know, when you were a kid? Like, were you happy? Or what else? Just, like, a bunch of, there's, like, a different, like, a memory related to, like, your sense of taste, to touch, smell, hearing, like, all this, just a bunch of questions. And you're supposed to fill a lot of it out. So some of it is like ancestry stuff, like where are you from? Like where was your mother from? What was your mother's name? Real quick, do you see how I mean that this one looks like it's overlapping this one just because we've done this one first and this one second on top of them? Okay, so Meg, I just got them from Amazon. I think they were $7.99 each. Like £7.99. Super cheap, but they're like a hardback book. Like really nice. I'll send you the link, or I'll send anyone the link if they want one. But yeah, we got like 5 of them. We got one for my mom and dad, like mom and dad, one each. And then we got one for my grandma and grandpa, and we got one for David's mother, Carol. But yeah, some of it you do have to like talk to your parents or your grandparents or whatever to like ask them some questions, because some of it is like, where was your mom born, or like where was your grandma born, or where was whatever. So some of it is like a little bit like, if you don't already know, then you'd have to ask. This pink flower is going to be so pretty, but I feel like it's going to like overpower all of the other flowers because it's going to be so bright. Red Pickled said, sadly, I have to go to sleep now. Heading back to work as an essential worker. Love your sessions. Stay safe. And sleep well. It's crazy to think that, like, this is what, like, stay safe is like a acceptable thing to say goodbye now. You know, like, that's crazy. Typical me, not following the outline. Oh, Tori. Satin stitch does take a long time, I'm not gonna lie. See if I can do one more before I run out of thread. That's probably enough. Okay, so satin stitch, you're gonna wanna satin stitch the entire thing. And then I think for the middle, I'm gonna finish it, don't worry. Good night from New Zealand. Cheers. Susan, I'll have to remember Susan. I always try to remember everyone's names and their screen names, like the two of them together, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Some of them are easy because your name is your screen name, so that's all right. But some of them are a bit harder. Okay, where was I? Not again, mate, come on. And I think for the middle, I do one more here. As you can see for the middle, I was going to do some like different French knots, like different colors, or maybe like a satin stitch and then some French knots, but who knows, maybe I'll change it. And obviously, you can do it how you want to, you know? Almost finished. Well, halfway finished. That's almost. I'm still waiting on my book club to choose a new book. So if anyone has any book recommendations, let me know. I'm finishing one book right now, and then I've got one waiting. That's my friend Maria. So Maria in Madness, she's just wrote a romance book, which normally I don't like romance books. They're just not my favorite. But she's written it, and I'm so excited to read it. It does remind me of a pink sunflower. Apparently, like a zinnia look a little bit like this, and a chrysanthemum flower, no, echinacea flower looks like this. Very similar, apparently. Like I said, I was looking up flowers like all morning because I was like, well, this is not a coneflower. I don't know where I got that from, but, or maybe I wrote it down and then drew something different and forgot to change it or something. Who even knows? Mike says, I finished one last night and halfway through the next one. Oh my goodness. Meg, you must read so fast. Meg is always reading. Like, always. I do have some, like, paper books that I could be reading, but I like to have one on my phone, too. $91 books so far this year. I told you. Meg is always reading. I love it. I do love books, though. I remember when we were younger, my mom used to take us to the library, like, so much. I'm pretty sure I read, like, every book that they had in, like, every section that I was allowed to go to. Like, when we were a kid, I would do, like, the young adult section, and I read, like, all of those. I have to escape to another world sometimes. Exactly. Especially since we can't go anywhere now. You know? Why not? I should go through my paperback books and see what I have. Okay, last one. Susanna says, I used to read a lot, but when podcasts came along, I was hooked. I do like podcasts too. I think especially because with stitching, like I can't read and stitch at the same time. So, you know, podcasts or like audiobooks. I don't love audiobooks. I'd rather read a book than do an audiobook. That's just me personally, but yeah, I do. It's better than nothing, you know? And I feel like I'm running out of television shows. Like I'm like the TV, like we're at the moment, we are re-watching Grey's Anatomy from the first season. We're on season 5 mostly because David's not seen it. Do you know what, Sarah? I was thinking of doing that. She says someone in our village has put all their spare books in a box at the end of their drive for others to help themselves. I really wanted to do that because I have a bunch of books that one I've already read, but like I didn't necessarily want to keep. I'm debating whether I should put a little, like just one stitch in each of the leaves or not. Or if I should just keep it simple. And Meg said that she has Kindle Unlimited. She said, I love physical books, but I also have Kindle Unlimited, and I found I'm reading digital copies than actual books. Maybe I'll just do a ring of French knots and do a yellow in the inside instead. I think I'll do that. Just do some French knots in the middle. Now I know a lot of these flowers, they have like a ring, like another ring around them. So like you do straight stitches all the way around like that. And that could be nice, like going into that. I did see one like that. But I think I'm just going to do a bright yellow in the middle, and then a ring of light yellow, and then a ring of pink. Now you can make this much more simple. This is all 6 strands. And just one wrap. You can make this much more simple by just doing a regular satin stitch on the middle. You could fill it all with one color of French knots. You know what? I don't. And I downloaded Goodreads just for that reason, like to keep track. And then I never did it again. But I probably should, shouldn't I? Because I get the ones on my, phone, like through the iBooks app store. And those ones, they like keep anyways, like they don't disappear when you've finished them. They just stay there. So if I scroll down, then I can see like all the books I've read. But I really should make a list. Keep it in my notebook. But you feel so like accomplished, you know? Like, because I know that you make a list like every year/month. I just love reading. That's so smart. She said, I keep a little notebook on my bookshelf. So when I've read a book, I jot it down. I just love books. This is like the perfect little circle of French knots. Like, how did that happen? Except for that one. I spoke too soon. That's so cute. And I wanted to do a ring of pink as well, but now I feel like maybe... Yeah, Meg, I agree. She said it'd be a great little something to hand to kids or grandkids so they can see what I was into and how it shaped me. That's totally true. Maybe I should do it. Okay, so I've got 6 strands of the pink, and I'm going to do a ring of French knots with pink. And we'll see how that looks, and if I need to add anything to it or what. That's what I keep thinking about. Let's try 2, because this is a bigger space around the outside. So I've got 6 strands and 2 wraps. I think I only did 1 wrap on that. Oh well. Oh, David's home. Hi. We're almost done. So obviously you could outline each of these if you wanted, if you felt like they all kind of blended together a bit too much, or you could just leave them there. If you outline with a darker color, you could totally get away with a back stitch, but with lighter colors, you'll be able to see every single stitch, so you want to use something like a stem stitch. Ooh, Robin said, forgot to say making signs for tomorrow because our school is doing a teacher parade around our school neighborhood. That'll be cute. There we go. So I do feel like it's a little bit bright and a little bit solid pink for the color scheme. So I might go back and put like some darker little lines, like maybe use this color up here to like tie it together. But other than that, I think it's all right, you know? So this is what we've got so far. Obviously, I've not finished the pansy or the anemone, and that's absolutely fine. I didn't finish this one either, actually. I did the red this morning, but I didn't. Bye! But I didn't actually finish the rest of it. So that'll probably be my job for the day. I should probably go upstairs and like go through the closet and like refold everything and sort the clothes out and blah, blah, blah. And then I'll have like a really nice bag of stuff to take to the charity shop when they open. Someone said, très joli, merci. You're welcome. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely Sunday. But it's sunny outside. I I know, but there's already clouds. I feel like I don't know. I said it was sunny earlier, and then the clouds came in. So I was trying not to say it, and now you've said it, and now you've jinxed us. That's always what happens to me. But if it's sunny, I should probably just sit outside for a while. And if it's not, I'm trying to do like no work on the weekend for once, because like I said, I haven't really had a day off since, like a real day off where I didn't do any stitching and I didn't do any work, like doing kits or anything like that. I haven't done anything like that since we went to London to go to Hampton Court Palace in February. And then before that, it was December. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that all people just stay inside and storm the weather so that we can still go on holiday to see my family this summer, because that would really be sad if we weren't able to go. So, yeah, stay inside, okay? Stay inside. Yeah, that was February, and now we're in April. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I will talk with you tomorrow for our very last one. All right? And I will talk with you, till later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.